You know, with all the caviar bump videos that are popping up online these days,
Yeah.
it's got me thinking about caviar, the so-called luxury food.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wild to think that back in the 19th century, America was like the caviar capital of the world.
Wow.
We weren't just producing it, we were practically giving it away.
Really?
Can you imagine?
That's amazing. What's incredible is the total shift in perception. Today, we picture caviar on silver platters in these fancy European restaurants. But back then, America was shipping train cars overflowing with sturgeon roe from a town literally named Caviar in New Jersey.
Caviar, New Jersey. It sounds like something out of a tall tale. What can you tell us about this lost boomtown?
It's a fascinating example of how quickly things can change. Imagine a bustling town fueled by the caviar rush. Bendix Blom, a German immigrant, started it all. He initially planned to sell pickled sturgeon to Europe, but quickly realized the real money was in the roe.
So he saw the potential of caviar before anyone else. That's quite the gamble.
Indeed, and a successful one. Blom brought in fellow Germans skilled in caviar harvesting and processing, teaching the locals the trade. Soon, the town was overflowing with fishermen living in dormitories, fleets of skiffs hauling in these massive Atlantic and short-nosed sturgeon, and processing sheds working day and night.
I read that the Delaware River was so packed with sturgeon that people worried about their boats colliding with them. Was it really that abundant back then?
It's hard to fathom today, but yes. The sheer quantity of sturgeon in American waters led to caviar being treated as an everyday food. Imagine bartenders piling it onto free sandwiches, hoping to make their patrons thirsty for another round. It was like the peanuts we get at bars today.
That's such a stark contrast to how Europeans were treating caviar at the same time. While Americans were practically drowning in it, over in Europe, it was being served with silver spoons and becoming a symbol of luxury.
Precisely. And that difference in perception highlights how economics play a role in shaping the value we attach to certain foods. The more Europeans craved this exotic delicacy, the higher the price climbed.
So we have this crazy abundance of caviar in America being given away practically for free.
Right.
While across the Atlantic, it's this sought-after delicacy. What happened next in this caviar saga? Did this American caviar boom last?
Sadly, no. It's a classic tale of what can happen. When demand outstrips responsible resource management, the seemingly endless supply of sturgeon began to dwindle as overfishing took its toll. Imagine those once overflowing nets coming up empty.
It's almost tragic, isn't it? This boomtown built on caviar disappearing as quickly as it rose.
Indeed, Caviar Town serves as a stark reminder that even the most abundant natural resources can be depleted if we don't use them wisely. This wasn't just about a town fading away. It signaled a shift in the entire ecosystem of the Delaware River.
So how did things change from there? Obviously, caviar didn't just vanish.
Fast forward to today, and the caviar we see is a world away from the overflowing barrels of the 1800s. It's a high-priced delicacy often reserved for special occasions. But there's a fascinating resurgence happening, driven in part by a younger generation.
I'm guessing you're talking about those caviar bump videos that are all over social media these days. What's the deal with that trend?
It's quite fascinating. The caviar bump, where you place a small dollop of caviar on the back of your hand and eat it, has become a bit of a social media phenomenon. It's helped demystify caviar, making it seem less stuffy and more accessible, especially to a younger audience who might not have considered it before.
It's like caviar is shedding its old-fashioned image and embracing a more modern, playful vibe. But what about the sustainability aspect? We don't want to see a repeat of the overfishing that decimated the sturgeon population.
That's the crucial question. While wild sturgeons are still endangered, aquaculture, or fish farming, has emerged as a potential solution.
Okay, so explain how this aquaculture thing works. Is it really sustainable, or are there downsides?
It's a complex issue. Aquaculture involves raising sturgeon in controlled environments, which can help take the pressure off wild populations. However, there are valid concerns about the environmental impact of some farming practices.
So some farms might be better than others in terms of their sustainability.
Exactly. Some producers prioritize sustainable methods, focusing on water quality, responsible feed sourcing, and minimizing waste. Transparency is key. Consumers should look for certifications and information about the farm's practices before indulging.
That makes a lot of sense. So it sounds like things have come full circle in a way. From an abundant, almost disregarded food to a scarce luxury. And now potentially back to a sustainable and even trendy food item thanks to these new farming methods.
It's a fascinating evolution. What's particularly interesting is that this renewed interest in caviar is happening alongside a growing awareness. of sustainable and ethical food choices.
It's amazing how this whole caviar story ties into larger conversations we're having today about responsible consumption and protecting our planet. It makes you realize that even seemingly simple choices like what we eat can have a big impact.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that food isn't just about what's on our plate. It's about our connection to nature, history, and culture. The story of caviar, from its humble beginnings as a bar snack, to its current status as a delicacy with a renewed focus on sustainability, highlights how these connections can evolve over time.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive. I feel like I have a whole new perspective on that little jar of caviar I've tucked away. What's the key takeaway for our listener today? What should they be thinking about as they encounter caviar, whether it's on a menu or in a viral video?
I think the most important thing is to be curious and informed. Don't just accept caviar at face value. Dig a little deeper. Ask yourself, where does this caviar come from? What kind of sturgeon is it? Is it sustainably sourced?
So we're encouraging folks to do a little research before they indulge.
Exactly. By being mindful consumers, we can support producers who are doing things the right way and help ensure a future where both caviar and sturgeon can thrive. And who knows, maybe someday we'll even see those sturgeon leaping in the Delaware River again.
It's a nice thought, isn't it? To think that we can learn from the mistakes of the past and create a better future for both the delicacy and the species that provides it.
It's a testament to the power of human ingenuity and our ability to change course when we recognize the need for a more sustainable path.
This deep dive has definitely given me a lot to think about. Next time I see a caviar bump video, I'll be watching with a much more informed eye.
And hopefully a more discerning palate as well. Enjoying caviar is one thing, but understanding its rich history and the delicate balance required to produce it sustainably add a whole new layer of appreciation.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through the world of caviar. It's been an absolute pleasure.
The pleasure was all mine. Remember, every bite tells a story,